Hey everyone, this is Stevie Richards. Welcome back to the Garage Gym. In today's video, we have a full review, so check the timestamps in the description and the pinned comment below. You know how it is. We do a full review from top to bottom, left to right, inside and out of this right here, the Force USA G15 Pro all-in-one trainer. So we've had this here, the G15, for about 2 to 3 weeks since it was assembled. By the way, check that video out to see if it's worth the money to assemble or have someone else assemble, I should say, and spend that money to have a professional assembly service come in and install it, assemble it for you. For me, it was worth it. So yet another spoiler of another video. But in this video, we're going to go through each and every aspect of the G15. I'm going to give my experiences. Is the product perfect? No product is perfect. So we're going to go through some things I like and some things I don't necessarily like that they might be able to improve on in future models in the Force USA lineup. So please, once again, check the timestamps, jump to whatever you want. Also, leave a comment below. I try not only to answer the comments in the comments section, but also dedicate videos to answer your questions that you might have about the G15 or anything else in the fitness industry. So leave a comment below. I'll try to answer it the best way that I can. So here is the power rack section of the G15 Pro, and just a little bit of a background on why it's called an all-in-one trainer. You have a power rack, you have a Smith machine, and also functional trainer, cable pulley. So you have those three aspects of this that make it an all-in-one trainer. Obviously, you have the pull-up bars, you have all sorts of different things you can do with attachments as well, but essentially those three elements make it an all-in-one trainer. These tubes here, 2x2, they do accommodate the J hooks, which are included with the base unit. Also, safety spotters included with the base model. Also, jammer arms, that's part of the upgrade kit that we're going to handle and see if it is worth the extra investment to go with the upgrade kit. Jammer arms are compatible, but you have to buy it with the upgrade kit dedicated for the G10 and the G15. So here is the Smith machine. We actually have a barbell pad so my wife can do her squats here. But this essentially is a counterbalanced Smith machine bar, meaning it's 0 pounds. So for my wife, who likes to, say, bench press quite a bit lighter than I do, that 35 pounds, which, by the way, you can remove a mechanism on the G15 Pro, as well as I think the G10 Pro, and it will make it 35 pounds. So without the counterbalance element, which some users and customers have removed that mechanism, it makes it 35 pounds. But for the sake of my wife, it starts out at 0. Some of the lighter ones like closed grip benching and other things. And also in a way I like to prefer and like, and it's a synonym, to have that 0 pound or nothing counterbalance weight. To me, starting from 0 is fine. We have enough bumper plates and rubber plates to kind of cover that. And also the sleeves can cover the amount of weight we need. Now, one thing I will say that I may not like, one thing I never liked about the Planet Fitness type thing, there is just a little bit of inertia, not as much as Planet Fitness, but just a tiny bit of inertia when you go up and down. So not a big deal, but if you want me to split hairs about this, I will say that. But the benefits of having a counterbalanced bar on the Smith machine definitely outweigh that minor kind of just, not even a complaint, just something, if I were to point out anything that I don't like about the counterbalanced bar, it would be that. So since we're talking about the Smith machine, let's talk about the safeties here. These aren't the safety spotter arms. These are built in with springs and also have upgraded hooks to be able to use it however you like. This is definitely an upgrade over, say, the G3 that I had before, which was just like a rubber stop. This actually has a spring. Now, I will say this, though. Once again, if we want to just be a little bit honest, but it's not a big deal, because of the size of the spring, you actually lose maybe a couple inches where you could put it all the way down. But to me, the safety element of the spring, like I said, I'm trying to weigh pros and cons, definitely the pros outweigh the cons, because if you drop this or if you want a little bit so it's not, see, it bounces a little bit. So if you're doing rows or RDLs or trying to drop it after shrugs, you're going to get a much more cushioned type of, it's not just going to stop on a dime. So there's a little bit of inertia in a positive way that helps it out. So I like the fact that there's an extra beefy spring for that dampening when you're doing something like this kind of heavy, or if you want to do a safety spotter situation within the Smith machine. So here is the multi-grip pull-up bar. We also have a spot to do TRX, suspension training right there. We have a ring. I like that. Nice touch. Also, you're going to notice right here, maybe not because there's a little bit of a shadow, lots and lots of laser etching around the G15 Pro on the outside, the front, the sides. Everything is upgraded and premium on this. So that's why they call it a G15 Pro all-in-one trainer. The laser etching is really, really nice. Multi-grip pull-up bar is what you're going to get with a lot of different, at least in the G series and moving forward, I assume with any other trainers from Force USA, you're always going to get 45-degree, neutral, wide, regular, wide. All that stuff is great. And the ring is great. In the past video, I even did a video about this. You can put a resistance band in there and do assisted pull-ups. So they always nail it with this type of thing. Would I want these to be interchangeable, like say on the classic MyRack? Yeah, just a minor thing, but I prefer this and having choices with one multi-grip pull-up bar than anything else. To me, there's not really any kind of negative to that. And also it's welded into here, so it's solid. And the weight rating of the G15 Pro is right in line with all the ones that we've reviewed from Force USA before. Unless I gain a ton of weight or wear the heaviest weighted vest in the world, I'm not gonna touch the weight rating. So here we have the pair of the 289-pound weight stacks. We're gonna have a dedicated segment here on the full review because I wanna dedicate as much time as possible to the cable pulley ratios of the G15 Pro, and the same goes for the G10 Pro, which is the plate loaded version. So the differences between the G10 Pro and this one, the G15 Pro, are these right here, these weight stacks. So very, very nice. The covers are really nice. It has an exercise chart on there. I did not assemble this, the assembler did. So, but I do understand how tedious these weight stacks can be, but he did an excellent job. Check out that full review. Very happy with it. These are lined up really nice. If you have a heavy attachment on the cables, it will lift up the top pin a little bit. So you might need to put your hand in here, but that's almost every single weight stack in every gym that I've ever encountered. So if you have a huge, like lat pull down, super heavy, like Prime Fitness attachment, you're gonna have to hold your hand down there to switch the weight pin. So if you've done that, you understand it's not a negative against this one or anything else. So Dan and I covered this, and this is one of my favorite things about this, especially with the footprint, and space is always limited for anybody building any kind of gym space. Right here, the plate storage is really second to none because we have, speaking of numbers, we have 4 places for this, and there's space in between the bumpers. So if you have bumper plates, which notoriously, no pun intended, will bump into the plate below it, they thought of that, and without really making the footprint much higher at all, they fit 4 of these in here. So the engineering just on this, I can definitely appreciate. In the back, there is barbell storage on both sides for a regular barbell and then one of those thin ones. We actually have barbells here. There's gonna be a separate video why these 2 barbells are the only barbells that you'll need in a gym space. So we're gonna do a video with a full review of each of these barbells. Obviously for Force USA, everybody has their favorite brand. We're not gonna get into specifics or specs, but that's why I chose these 2 to be a part of my garage gym. But you have storage for each one of these on this side and on the other side. And we still have, my goodness, about probably 10, 12 inches from the wall to the back of the G15 Pro. And it's still not taking up much room on the front. So once again, talking about the footprint, I am so impressed with the way they engineered this on every level of just convenience and efficiency. So I wanted to do something a little bit different visually when it came to the attachments. Obviously, you've seen me put the attachments on these all-in-one trainers. You saw the overview with Dan when we put most of these attachments on, but I wanted to get a visual representation of everything that is included with this, because when you lay it out on a mat like this, a dirty one, so I apologize for that. When you lay it out on a mat like this or a space, you realize that they give you quite a bit. So you can literally, I call it like a plug and play all-in-one trainer. You order it, you have everything, and you can get right to working out when it's assembled. So let's go right here at the top. This is the low row foot plate. Very easy to put together and just attach via like a band peg type thing. I'll get the thing that we have right here. Just one of these slides in, has a hole right there, and you attach it. I should put this in here too, because there's 3 more. You have this, you have the low row handle. I really like that, more laser etching right there. You also have the dip handles. These things I absolutely love. We're gonna talk about this when we do a full workout review, an updated review on this. The redesign of this as opposed to the one for the classic MyRack, just incredible how you can store that very easily. You get 6 hex collars. So not like any cheap kind of springy ones. You get the hex collars, which I bought like a pair of the blue ones for like 15 bucks. So you have 3 pairs right here. Let's call it, 45, 50 bucks that you would pay for the amount of collars they include. Also, tricep push down bar, heavier grade, the rope push down bar, safety spotter arm right here. Now this isn't a tube because the all-in-one trainer obviously doesn't have a tube cage type thing because you have the Smith machine. Safety spotter arms though, very, very nice. J hooks or J cups are redesigned as well. Just a little beefier on this. It might not be as long as the past ones. I don't believe it is, but much beefier on the rubber portion right there. Now you see here, we have the 4 hook, the 4 position cable, single-handed cable handle right there. But we also have a short one over here. So they included both of these, which I really like. Also the cambered bar, the curl version, and also a heavier duty straight bar silver version or chrome version. And you notice here, we're gonna talk about this during the cable ratio thing. Let's try to remember that. There's plenty of hooks. So we're gonna talk about the trick with the hooks, but they include plenty with the G15 Pro, and I assume the G10 Pro. But I just wanted to point this out that this is everything you're getting with the base model. This is when the ship's out and it gets delivered. This is all included with that, and I don't think that can be understated, the amount of value that they're giving and upgrading these attachments as time goes on with new models. I have to commend them for that. So now let's talk about what I feel like is the most interesting part of the engineering of the G15 Pro, and that's the cable pulley ratios. Yes, it has 2 cable pulley ratios, 2-to-1 and 4-to-1. I even like how, in case you forget, it says use lower cable attachment point when using a single cable. That means we're using this one here, which you want to use the lower one. This is a 4-to-1. When you combine these two, it's a 2-to-1. Now, there's kind of split camps on how should we attach our attachments no matter what we're doing. A lot of people say, well, just attach the hook here, then attach the attachment. It's already cumbersome to me. Now, this is what I do, and this is why I said they include plenty of hooks with the G15 Pro. I even have some stored here on the G15 Pro. By the way, speaking of hooks, there are 1, 2 hooks on each side to where you can store attachments and these hooks that we have right here. That's included. The storage shelves of the upgrade kit, but the base unit does have some storage functionality, so you won't be completely left out with things all over the floor. So let's talk about this. Now, what I like to do is take one of those spare hooks or just use one hook and just switch it from one to the other, then top to bottom. And now it's hooked up. And obviously, if I want to just do the bottom, I would skip the top and just put that right there. So you can see everything tends to hang closest to this one. So that's why they chose the bottom one, even though it's kind of looks like it would be out of the way, or it would in the way, I should say, if you're doing bicep curls. It is the closest point to where you're going to do any kind of cable exercises. So once again, for example, 2-to-1, just hook that right there. And then when we're done, do that. And then this hook comes off the attachment and then goes on to another one, or you just keep it on this one because you have plenty of spares. Now let's talk about the cable pulley ratios, especially 2-to-1 and 4-to-1. There's lots of people that would say they want 1-to-1 no matter what. You want the G20, you want the 1-to-1, or anything else that's 1-to-1 in any lineup for your home or garage gym. That would be true if, say, one instance I always run into is lat pull downs on one side. Just this one side, lat pull downs, yes, it can tend to be a little bit too light. Although I don't lift very heavy anymore, so for me, it's okay. But what you can also do is attach, just like I did on the Force USA G3 videos I've done, the cambered bars across the whole center will now give you the extra weight that you need, a 1-to-1 ratio, because you have two stacks working together at the same time. So they included the bar to let you do pull downs from across the middle here. And that kind of solves the problem. If it's just that one exercise that falls a little bit short because of these two cable pulley ratios, the functionality, the safety, the modularity, and also the which way I can go, especially on lighter exercises, and the fact my wife and I can both utilize both of these ratios, I feel like I said before, the pros outweigh the cons for that one exercise where I feel like I can't do it as heavy as I normally do. So outside of lat pull downs, I don't necessarily miss it when I'm doing a single side cable exercise. What do you think, though? Let me know in the comments. So it's a big disagreement about this sometimes, and also a disagreement about just 2-to-1 ratio as opposed to 1-to-1 cable pulley ratio. Let me know in the comments. So that is about it, at least for now. And if you're subscribed here to the YouTube channel, you know already, we love to do updated reviews. These things aren't cheap, so we want to document and share with you 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year updated reviews, along with, of course, the upcoming Garage Gym Tour, where we do kind of mini updated reviews within those tours. So don't miss those. Also, the upgrade kit for the G15 Pro, that full review of each and every attachment that comes with the upgrade kit will be here on the channel soon. We already showed you tons of attachments that are included with the base model. We'll see if there's extra value in the upgrade kit. So please subscribe, click the bell to get notified. Check it out. Also, we do have an affiliate link, forceusa.com/Stevie. Saves you a little bit of money when you get something like the G15 Pro, upgrade kit, assembly service, all that stuff. It will save you. And of course, we're very grateful because each and every time you use that link and other links in the description below, you help support the channel and the Stevie Richards Fitness brand, which I'm eternally grateful. Most importantly, we always say, God bless each and every one of you. Have a great day.